Losing a child can make you feel like you have been through a battle mentally, emotionally, physically. It can just wear you out. And that's how I found myself after we lost Sam and had the miscarriages. I vividly remember thinking, okay, I'm done. Is there a white flag that I can raise and wave and surrender? Because I can't go on anymore. I'm done. I'm done hurting. I'm done in every way. And I just need rest. But rest can seem like can never be reached when you're going through such a hard time. But I did find a few ways to help me kind of be able to rest and heal. I know it doesn't seem like you ever will be able to, but I'm here on the other side and I'm looking back at you saying you will be able to find rest. And I'm excited to share with you some ways that I found to help me rest mentally, emotionally, and even physically, to be able to start the healing process that has to take place over your heart if you're going to be able to make it. If you're going to be able to live, you have to start that healing process over your heart. And it can seem impossible, but I'm here to tell you it's not. It'll never be complete, because the only way that our heart would completely be healed is if we have our kids here, and that won't happen on this side of heaven. But I do believe that there's a healing that we can reach here on this side through Jesus and the love that he continues to pour over our hearts will bring healing to us. And this rest that we need to enter into after the dust kind of settles a little. So this could be weeks, months, or years after your grief journey begins. So I want to bring you these 5 things that can help you enter into some rest mentally, emotionally, and physically. I pray this episode blesses you. Welcome to Unlocking Joy After Grief. My name's Courtney, wife, mama of 6 kiddos, 1 in heaven waiting for us, and that's why I'm here. In 2017, we lost our 4-year-old son, Sam, and it's my joy to share with you everything this journey has taught me. So if you're ready for biblical encouragement, first-hand lessons, and support from a fellow grieving mama, then let's lace up our shoes and begin walking this road together. I can vividly remember the moment that I realized I was done and I needed rest. We had just lost our 3rd baby after we had lost Sam, and I was done. I just needed rest. I remember thinking, if I had a white flag to wave of surrender, I would wave it. Like, I feel like I've been thrown on the ground and kicked over and over and over again. And so I use some of these things that I'm going to talk with you about to kind of help me enter into a place of rest where the healing can start. Because if we're constantly like, I want to say striving, but that feeling of turmoil and denial even that of everything that just happened, we can never start walking into that healing that God has for us. And I believe that these things that I'm going to talk with you about today can help you enter into that rest that I know your mind and your heart and your soul and your body needs. So the first thing is to find your lifesaver verse. And I know y'all have heard me talk about this, but it's just that important. It literally was so key, an integral part of my healing journey, because God's word is truth and it's constant. It never changes. And in this grief journey where it's so like up and down, for us to be able to have something that's constant, that never changes, is so important. And so finding that verse that you can cling to that literally keeps you from drowning is so important. I actually have a free printable that I'll link in the show notes. It just has different verses that if you don't have a verse that you can cling to and hold on to during this time, it can just give you some ideas of different verses that can help you. And what I want you to do is once you find that verse, I want you to just repeat it. Just meditate on that verse. Think about that verse. Hide it in your heart. And I believe that it will bring life and bring peace to you and rest, which is what we need after having walked through what we've walked through with losing our child. And so I will be sure and link that in the show notes, and you can just read through that and pick one out that sticks out to you, that the Holy Spirit's kind of nudging your heart about. And that can be your lifesaver verse, your verse that you cling to and repeat over and over in your mind to help you enter into that peace. The peace that doesn't make sense, right? The peace that passes all understanding. That means it doesn't make sense. We shouldn't be able to feel this peace, but it's a promise that we have. And I believe that God's word, this verse in your journey, will be very important in leading you into that peace. So the next tip I have for you is to create an uplifting and positive environment. I did this in my own personal journey by listening to worship music. I just kind of put it on in the background as I was going about my day, cleaning or working or whatever I was doing. I just found that if I had worship music playing in the background, it really kept my mind on Him and not my grief and my sadness. Because as y'all know, it's always there, that grief and that sadness. It's just a constant part of our life now. It's part of who we are. But I found that if I surrounded myself with worship music, it really just changed the atmosphere around me, and in turn helped my thoughts go toward God and not my grief and my sadness. Another thing you can do is listen to sermons. Fill your mind with the truth. You can find these for free on YouTube. There are so many of them. There are probably podcasts out there that you can find and listen to. Just kind of fill your mind with positive, uplifting thoughts. And I believe that will help you in helping you find rest mentally, like in your mind. And also, if there's someone in your life that's might mean well, but every time you talk to them, they say things that are more harmful than helpful, try to limit that interaction with them, in a kind way. We don't want to just be like, yeah, I'm not talking to you anymore, go away. But, if you can limit that interaction with them to kind of help you stay in that positive mindset, then I believe that will be helpful too. The next step is to use essential oils. I'm a big essential oil fan. I started using essential oils in 2015. I started with an MLM oil company. I never sold it, but that's just what I started with. But they were so expensive that at the time we just didn't have a lot of extra money. And so I found that I didn't use them until I found Plant Therapy. And Plant Therapy is not like an MLM company. They just sell oils, but they're very good quality oils for a third of the price of what I was paying with that other company. And I was so thankful that I found them because I couldn't afford the other ones. And I believe it was like a godsend that I found them, and they were good quality. Robert Tisserand, who is a essential oil guru, he tests all these essential oils. It has his seal of approval on these oils, so they are great and great price as well. I used lavender a lot after I lost Sam. It helped me to sleep at night. which I need to do a podcast episode on that too, because that's a whole thing. The struggles of sleeping after you've lost your child. So I will put that on the list, and you can be looking out for that soon. But I did use lavender. It just kind of helped me calm down, like my mind mentally. I diffused it, which I can link my diffuser that I use. I just got a cheap one off Amazon, and it's the one I've used for years. I have like 4 of them now. Or you could roll it on like your wrist and smell it that way. But I just really believe that essential oils, I believe that God made them, and that they can be a really useful tool that we can have to kind of help us through these hard times. And plant therapy actually even has an essential oil blend called Worry Free. I've never used it, but when I was looking up, getting ready for this episode, I saw that and I was like, ooh, that sounds like it would be a really good one to share with my friends here. So they do have that one. And I actually have a discount code for y'all. If y'all have never tried it, it's 15% off your first order. And I can link that in the show notes as well. But I just really can't recommend them enough. Again, great quality oils at very good prices. And if you've never tried essential oils, it's not woo. I promise. It's just, I believe that it's a tool that God gave us that can just kind of help us during these hard times. And the 4th thing is counseling. I don't ever want you to think that I can get through this on my own. I don't need help, because this grief that we're having to walk through is so deep. The hurt is so deep, and it never goes away. You learn to live with it, but you never move on from it. Like it's forever a part of who we are. We will have to walk with this pain forever until we see our kids again. Now, it does get easier. If you're in the early part of your journey and you're thinking, oh my gosh, Courtney, I can't live like this and with this pain forever, it does get less sharp. The pain does as time goes on. It never fully goes away, because it's just losing a child is something you just can't move on from. But you do learn to live with it. And the pain, while there, it's not as breathtaking as it is at the beginning. So I do want to encourage you, it won't feel like this forever. That deep, deep pain that you're feeling at the beginning stages of this journey, it does get better. It does get better. You keep walking and trusting God and leaning into Him, letting Him carry you when it's too heavy. Let Him lift that burden, and He'll slowly start bringing that healing to your heart that you need. So there is another side to the pain, but the pain is always there. It's not something that's just going to go away one day, and we'll never feel the pain again, because the only way that would happen is if we had our kids back, and that won't happen here. So if you need help, though, do not hesitate to reach out and get professional help, because I'm not a counselor. I'm not professionally trained in grief counseling. I'm just a mama who has walked it and is on the other side and is continuing to walk it. And I want to walk it with y'all. But there might be a time in your journey that you're like, okay, I just can't do this. I can't do this on my own. I've listened to your podcast, Courtney. I've, read these free resources, and I've done all these things, but I just can't get through this. Then do not be afraid to seek help. I believe that's why there are, we all have callings in our life, things that we're called to do. And these people that are professionally trained to help you, that is their calling. That is what they are made to do, is to help people get through this. I have not gone through counseling in my own journey, but that's not to say I will never go through counseling. There might come a point in my journey where I'm like, okay, I need help. I need help to get through this rough patch that I have. So I don't have anyone personally that I can recommend, but I'm a part of a Facebook group. I became a part of this group after I lost Sam, and so I reached out to the other moms and dads in that group to see if they could recommend anyone to y'all. And so I actually have a list of some counselors that I will put in the show notes. And if you go in the description in the podcast below, just where I'll find show notes here, and it links to the post on my website, and the counselors, the list of counselors will be there, as well as the Lifesaver verse link will be there too, and it's in the description. So, but I just want you to be able to have this, and you might not need it now. Put it in your back pocket if there ever comes a time that you think I need more professional help to help me get through this, and that is okay. That is more than okay. Like, it's completely understandable, because like I said, this pain and this grief that we're having to walk through is not a normal type of pain or grief. Like, it's just something that, like, I can remember thinking before I lost Sam, when I would read about someone who had lost their child, I remember thinking, like, I can't even imagine losing my child. And that's because you can't. You can't, like, I think your brain goes into like survival mode when you try to think about it, because it's so big of a pain and a hurt that your brain can't even go there unless you're actually having to walk through it. And so sometimes we do need outside professional help. And so I wanted to provide these names and these resources for you in case you do find yourself in that position of needing a little bit of extra help to help you kind of cope and get through this grief until you're on the other side, where it's still there, but, you know, not quite as heavy and sharp. The pain isn't quite as sharp. And so the last thing that I wanted to bring is to plan a vacation or a staycation, because sometimes, guys, we just need to get out. We need to get out of the house. We need to get away from all the things that remind us of this journey that we're having to walk through, remind us of the child we've lost. And so plan a vacation, go, leave, and give yourself permission to have fun. It's okay to laugh, guys. It's okay to feel both, because you will. When you're having fun, when you're laughing, there will also be that sadness. I always say it's like tinged with sadness on like the outside, like the outer edges of our joy and laughter. There's sadness. And I'm such a positive person. Before I lost Sam, I would have never been like, that would be awful to always have sadness. But here we are, and this is what it is. This is the road we've been asked to walk. And so anytime that we're laughing or having fun, there is that bit of sadness that our kid's not here to experience this with us. And that's okay. Like, I believe it's completely okay to feel both. So give yourself permission to feel both. Say, it's okay that I'm laughing and having fun. And it's okay that I'm sad at the same time. Like, you can feel both of those emotions. I don't ever want you to feel guilty for laughing or smiling, like thinking, why am I laughing? Why am I having fun? I should be sad. No. Never think that. Never be guilty or feel guilty for wanting to have fun or wanting to go and smile and laugh. That's okay. I believe that's a big part of our healing journey, is having these moments where we are having fun and we are laughing and we are having that joy. I just believe that's just another layer of that healing that needs to take place in our life, and learning how to live with it. I believe that that's a big part of learning to live with our pain and our grief, is being able to go out and have fun while we're still walking out this grief. And so, you know, if you're financially able to go for a week, go to the beach, go to the mountains, go adventuring, hiking, biking, whatever it is you like to do, just leave, just go away. And I believe that will help bring you that rest and peace that you need by being away from your house. Now, if you financially can't afford to go somewhere for a week, plan a staycation. While you won't be able to leave the house, you'll still have to come back to the house. You can still go to local places in your area, at least get out for the day, and go do something fun and just kind of get away from the constant pain and grief that we feel. Now, this could be, if you're thinking, Courtney, I can't mentally even go there planning, then lay on the couch, binge watch a Netflix series, and that's okay too. If that's the mental break that you need, then do it, and do it without any guilt. You get that popcorn, you get that chocolate, you lay on the couch, you start that Netflix series, and when Netflix asks you, are you still watching this series? You say, you don't judge me, Netflix. Yes, I am. And you hit next episode. And that's okay. You do it. Now, if you want to go and you say, okay, Courtney, I want to go on a vacation or a staycation, but I mentally can't plan it. And I so understand that, because after you lose your child, your brain, it's like it can't even think. It can't function. And so you're thinking, I want to do this. I like this idea, but I mentally can't plan it. I just cannot do it. If the finances are there, hire yourself a vacation planner. Tell them, I just lost my child. I love the beach. This is my budget. Plan me something amazing for a week. And then let them do all the planning and you just show up. If you want to go on a vacation, like outside of the house, or even a staycation, this would work either way. And you want a free option of someone to plan your vacation for you. Now, this might be a lot out there, so y'all just hear me out here. There is an AI option for you. It's called ChatGPT that can plan your trip for you. And so I want you to go to chat.openai.com, and I will link that in the show notes on my website on the post as well. And you set up your free account, and you just have to say, plan a vacation in your city if you're doing a staycation, or if you're going out somewhere. If you want to go to like Destin, Florida, let's just say, and go to the beach, plan a 5-day trip to Destin, Florida. I want to eat out every night. This is my budget. I need to go to family-friendly places, and then plan me a 5-meal or a 5-day lunch menu plan that we can eat at the condo. Like literally, you can be that specific, and it will plan out your vacation for you. Or if you're doing the staycation option, you can say, plan a 7-day staycation with things to do in whatever city you live in. Birmingham, Alabama. That's close to where I am. It needs to be family friendly. Here's my budget. It can't be over this. Find me places to eat around this area, and just be as detailed as you want it to be. And it'll plan things around your area that you can do. And if you don't like something about it, you can reply back and say, okay, I like that, but we don't like seafood. So take the seafood options out and give me more restaurant ideas. So you can go back and forth with it, and it will plan your vacation for you. I know. Super crazy, but try it. And there's so many things that you can, side note, there's so many things you can do with ChatGPT. You can have it plan your meal plan for you. Or if you're an entrepreneur like I am, and you are trying to grow a side business, it can help you with social media captions or anything like that. It's pretty cool. Do not fear the AI. It is not Terminator. It will not take over your brain. Anyway, so that's a free option if you can't mentally plan your staycation or your vacation, but you don't want to pay a travel agent, or you can't afford to pay a travel agent. ChatGPT is there for you. Now, you will have to like tweak it a little bit because it's free and it's a robot. So it can only do so much. Like, it's not a real person. But that is an option for you if you need help planning and you can't afford a vacation planner. And so I actually have a bonus tip that I wanted to bring y'all. Give yourself permission to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay. I remember it was right after my son got married. He got married this past May, and I think it was like the week after. And so we were still kind of riding the high from that. It was the most perfect day. It was just beautiful. Every part of it was amazing. And it was like the week after, and I was out on my back porch watching my 2 little girls play in the water. And I should have been happy, right? Because my son just got married. It was a beautiful day. And my 2 little girls that I prayed for, that I had after we lost Sam and I had the miscarriages, they were here and they're healthy and they're playing outside. So I had all these things that I should have been happy, but I wasn't. I was so sad, and that's okay. It's okay to not be okay. And I want you to give yourself permission in this journey to not be okay. Because, you could listen to all these things and you go plan these things and then you find that you can't do it. And these things that you thought you could do, and you made the plans and you can't do it. And Mama, that is okay. Give yourself permission to be sad when you want to be sad. Give yourself permission to laugh when you want to laugh and have fun when you want to have fun. Or do all 3 at the same time. Or make your plans and realize you can't do it and sit on the couch and watch that Netflix series, and that's okay too. I just want you to give yourself grace, because there's nothing easy about what we've been asked to do, which is walk this journey of child loss. But there's one thing that I can tell you, is that Jesus will always be there with you when you're laughing, when you're having fun, when you're sad, when you're grieving, when you're feeling the pain that's so deep you don't feel like you can breathe, much less make it to the next day or week. He is there through every moment, and He will be there every step of your journey until you can see your child again and hold them and hug them. And mamas, when that happens, we will never have to let go of our babies again. We'll never have to say goodbye again. And every moment from now until then, Jesus is there. He is with you. He is close to the brokenhearted, and He is going to be there with you. So all those times that you don't feel okay, it's okay to not feel okay and know that Jesus is with you. He will give you the rest that you need mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Every part of you that needs rest, He will give it to you. So lean into Him. Find that rest that you need, because it's there. He has it for you. Okay, so y'all know I like to give you one thing to do that you can listen to this episode, but then actually take the steps to apply it into your journey. And so I want you to get out a piece of paper and write down the one thing that you're going to start doing today to start feeling that rest. It could be, when I get home or when I get in the car, I'm going to turn worship music on. When I'm cooking dinner tonight, it's going to be playing in the background to just kind of give that atmosphere, to change that atmosphere and give it that peace that you need. It could be, you realize you need help, and so you're going to click on the link and go to one of those counselor options and book an appointment with them. It could be that you want to try some essential oils and you've been wanting to try it. You just didn't have you didn't know where to start. And so here's the link for you. You can go get 15% off your first order, get some lavender or that worry-free blend or another kind, and start using the oils to help bring that peace. Whatever it is that I've said that you want to start implementing today, I want you to write it down and then go do it. And enter into that rest that you need and start that healing process over your heart. It's a journey. It's a process. I don't think it'll ever be completely done until we get to heaven. But you know what? That's okay, because our God never gets tired. He will never leave you, and He is strong enough to carry you. Love you, friends. Hi, friend. I hope this episode blessed you. The best advice I can give to be able to make it when a storm hits your life is to know who God is before it even starts to rain. I've created a free 31-day scripture calendar that will help you get to know who God is, His character. You can find this calendar plus bonus journaling pages and scripture cards all for free at unlockingjoy.com/God's character. This will also be linked in the show notes. I pray the foundation of your faith will be strengthened as you journey into the heart of the Father. I'll see you next time. Love you, friend.